Hey, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
And Seth from theshrinkingpastor.com.
Hey, there you are. Together, the three of us, we are Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. Welcome back once again, or if you're here for the first time, welcome for the first time. And next week, we will welcome you back once again. How are you, boy?
I'm good. I'm a little warm.
It is a little warm, yeah. Again, I think I said last time that spring had sprung, but now it feels like summer has summered here in North Carolina. So, yeah, it's a little bit warm, but we'll get used to this. This actually was in the 80s today, and that'll be considered very cool here in very short order. So, hope things are well where you are. A couple things we want to talk about today. First one, I want to remind you, if you're not following the Aristocob channel and what's going on with the Cobfoolery contest, that is underway now. We got another week of weekly drawings for folks that have their submissions submitted.
Okay.
Their entry submitted. Also wanted to put in a little plug.
Tell me what they get.
Well, okay, and we're doing a weekly drawing for anybody who's entered. So do anything and follow the rules with posting your video on YouTube, and you're in next week's drawing.
Cool.
So why not? And then we will go into a judging phase where the amateur categories will be judged by a distinguished group of folks in the pipe industry, including some pipe makers. And you will be judging the professional candidates. Now, at this moment, as of this recording, we don't have any professionals entered. So if you're a professional, the way is clear.
Easy pickings.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, as of this recording, we have 9 submissions in the amateur
9
class. 9. Last week we had 2. So nice little surge there. Thank you, folks. Also wanted to remind you, if you are at all interested in growing your own corn, to get involved in next year's unique category of homegrown Cobfoolery. We receive some genuine Missouri Meerschaum corn, seed corn. And this is an actual packet. In this packet, there are 2 stems, 2 bits. They're similar to this size right here, and 20 seeds. So we figure that that'll give you enough to get you at least 2 usable cobs.
Yeah.
Right? You got to count on the squirrels eating a couple, and a couple of them getting mowed over by your teenage kid. But those are available. Also, if you're an international customer, I don't know what's going to happen when these show up in your country. Be prepared that they might disappear. I just don't know.
Right.
And if you are in the southern hemisphere, we'll account for that in the fact that you'll be growing these 6 months later than us, or something along that line. Okay, so speaking of Cobfoolery, I just had a yabo over on my channel, and I opened up this box, and I wanted to share this with you.
Okay.
First off, this gentleman, Aaron, sent me a couple emails and was telling me... Aaron, and said... Well, he showed me a picture or 2 of a pipe that he had made that I thought was really, really attractive. And he said, let me make you one. I was like, okay. And... So then when he was sending me pictures of it along the way and how he was working on it, and that was great to get updates. It was sort of like having a car or something being custom made for you that you configured, and then giving you updates as it went along. And then he said when he sent it that he was going to send me an extra pipe. So check this one out. This is the extra. This is made of wood.
That's awesome.
Yep. And then
Close up of that.
Yeah. The one that was the real mind blower to me when I saw him make his was
It's beautiful.
this. And if you don't know this pipe, this is a Bulldog style, or what they call Missouri Meerschaum never called it this, but it seems to have picked up this nickname, the Corndog, which I think is great. And Aaron did a beautiful job on that pipe, on both pipes. And I'm just thrilled to have this one. He made the stem himself, right? The bit.
Yeah.
In real pipe making, this portion right here of the stem, the part that's actually right there in your teeth, that's the bit. In the world of Missouri Meerschaum, they refer to this part as the bit. I don't know why that happened, but I think since they predate most pipe makers, they actually get the win this one.
Yeah.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That is so cool.
So I don't want to smoke that today, but we'll smoke that soon. He just finished this, and I when I opened it, I could tell that it was still outgassing a little bit of finish, and I don't want to risk any damage to this. So I'm going to let it sit here in the shop and just get used to the ambient temperature, and then we'll smoke that in a couple weeks.
That's awesome.
I love it. Something else. You know, those of you, again, who follow my channel might have known that 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago, I purchased 5 pounds of Lane 1Q and cellared it, put it into mason jars, and stored it away in my closet. And I've not touched them. Now, Seth cracked into the very last, there was a remaining jar that was about half full, and one day he needed some tobacco for something he was doing, and the only place I could tell him to get some on the spot was go take one of those, take the half full mason jar. But coming up at the 5-year anniversary in July, we're going to crack into those suckers and see if they improved or diminished in any way. People don't typically cellar aromatics because there's no benefit to it. Where most of your tobaccos, your English blends and others will get a little bit more mellow. It's already an aromatic. It's already darn mellow.
Right.
So, but
what do you think will happen?
I think not much will happen. I do think it'll be a little bit improved, as long as it's not all dried out. In which case, we can rehydrate it. But the problem is, I was running out of 1Q, and I was so tempted to break into those jars the other day when I got a flyer or an email from Pipes and Cigars. Dun, 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 the dreaded Pipes and Cigars. And I thought, you know what? They named my number. They threw out a number per ounce that was absolutely my number. At $1.25 an ounce, I have no problem buying 1Q. I think the least I've ever paid for 1Q, and that was that 5 pound bale, was about $120, something like that.
Okay.
This was $100. This was $100. So I have another 5 pounds here, and I told Seth that today is the day for us to fill up our shop jar. So this is my Yabo.
Your knife? You got one?
I got a knife. I just find it. Got me a Yabo.
It's a satisfying noise.
Yeah. For those of you who are wondering, it took less than a week for this order to get processed and shipped.
Great.
They've been having some problems with their ERP software, and they've been working it out, and it looks like they got it worked out. There we go. Hold that up to the camera. Oh, here's the label. I just pulled the label off. There we go. So
That is a lot of 1Q.
One thing I was curious about, because when I pulled this up to order it, the only option they had was a by the ounce, that you could enter the number of ounces.
Or by body weight? What is it?
And it didn't matter how many ounces you ordered, you got the $1.25 price. Well, I entered 80 ounces, and I'm thinking, are they going to bag this in 8-ounce packages or whatever? But nope. Good job, you guys. You
did the math.
You know what? Let's put that label for now. Oh, now I'm tearing the label. Dang it. We'll put that label on our jar.
Okay.
In case we ever forget what's in the jar, right?
It smells like fresh baked cookies.
Which is to say, it smells wonderful, right?
It does.
All right, there we go. It's officially labeled. Go ahead and top it off without dropping much of it on the floor, hopefully. There we go. So this, whenever you need any tobacco, this can be your go-to. How about that? Fair enough?
And this will be your go-to.
This will be my go-to for sure. And we'll see how long it lasts. I mean, I don't go through a ton of tobacco. I have people that ask me how much I smoke. When I used to buy my tobacco in the 2-ounce pouches, now that's like 1.5 ounces to 1.75 ounces pouch. That would last me a couple weeks. So this will last me a while.
Oh, there it goes.
Well, it just filled up your pipe there for the night.
Hooray. Hoping to smoke some 1Q.
Well, if that had to happen, at least you got to see it happen. All right.
Yeah,
Gonna fit.
huh? No, you're gonna have leftover.
So this was the exact jar that Chris Morgan from Chris Morgan Pipes uses in his shop that he has filled with 1Q. You know, he's a professional, man. He smokes all day long, and don't spill it. See if you can get a little bit more in there. I think you're right. I don't think it's going to fit.
It's definitely not.
So this is an inventorying issue, because at what point do we want to order more of this? You wait till it's empty if it's only going to hold all of it.
It's gonna need another jar.
Maybe I should
Another 4.5 pounds.
put the rest of that into some mason jars, or a mason jar. Wow, that's amazing. That's about almost a pound left.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. Well, any savings that I had is laying there right on the table in front of Seth.
No, we didn't drop that much.
Cool. All right. So let's set that aside. Now I just need to know what to smoke this in. I guess I'm going to smoke. No, I'm going to smoke.
We'll figure that
this.
out next week, I think.
All right. I'm going to smoke this naked.
All right.
Is that all we're going to talk about this week? We're trying to be fair to you, and we do value your time. And okay, we'll see you next week. How about that? Make it a great week.
Where we will smoke some 1Q.
It's a good idea.
See ya.